Good afternoon, sir. How was your visit to India this time?
It was exceptional. This might be my 15th trip or so over to India, and I've had the great honor and pleasure to visit many different places in India, but Ahmedabad always feels home to me. Or I guess I should say now Gandhinagar, but certainly I feel like a Gujarati.
All right, sir. This is your first visit to NFSU, we believe. How do you like the campus? And
It's
the ambience?
exceptional. I was very, very impressed. I met with the Vice Chancellor and, of course, my friend, colleague, and sister, Dean Purvi Pokarial, and I was able to learn about the scale and the scope of this institution. It's the first of its kind in the world to focus on forensic sciences. And I'm especially impressed how the law school is embedded inside of it. In the United States and everywhere else in the world, law schools might have one or two cyberspace specialists, for example, who are lecturers or professors, but here students really have a unique opportunity to be absolutely integrated.
Sir, do you like Indian food?
Oh, it is the absolute best. It's one of the great benefits of coming to India, and I realize there's a divergence of Indian foods. I prefer the spicy, but if you give me just a little bowl of dal and you give me a roti, I'm a very happy person.
Sir, how was your interaction with our students?
It was exceptional, and I just completed, as you know, 3 two-hour modules. We were talking about the U.S. Constitution. We were talking initially about judicial review, kind of the framework of the Constitution. We've talked about the limits of executive and legislative power. And then today, we completed by talking about freedom of speech and freedom of religion. The thing that really impresses me about these students, whether they be first year, second year, or fifth year students in the LM program, I assumed that they didn't have much of a background in the U.S. Constitution, and I was proven incorrect, but they did have some background, and the questions were very engaging, they were very thoughtful. I really do believe that in any sphere of learning, but especially in law, you learn best by comparative. And so whenever I come here, I learn a lot more about the U.S. Constitution by learning about the Indian Constitution, and I hope that's the same for the students.
So, sir, you have been an academician for a long time. You have visited many countries and have interacted with a wide range of people. So I'm sure you have learned many valuable lessons from your experience. Can you share a few with us?
Well, I've had the great blessing in my life to have traveled and lived in many different countries. And I guess if there's one thing that I would share with my fellow learners and students is always take advantage of an opportunity that comes your way that you may not have thought of before. You have to investigate, you have to explore it, or as the poet Robert Frost says, take the road less traveled. And also in my case, I was a lawyer for several years. Before that, I was even a retail buyer for a large department store. But it wasn't until I was 42 years old that I found call it my calling, call it my passion, and it was in academia. It was in specifically in the legal realm. So young fellow learners and students, always keep those avenues and those roads open, because you might find it when you're 22 or 24 or 26, or in my case, you might not find it until you're 42 or 43 years old, but I'm all the happier that I was able to at least maintain those open roads and take those roads that take me to where I am today. And I'm just grateful to have friends from all over the world, the fellow learners here. Purvi Pokarial, I would not have met her but for going to China as I did, some 20 years ago. So I'm grateful for the opportunities that have come my way.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure having you on the campus. Have a good day.
Thank you.